Hello, everybody. About time for another driving video. I feel like I get a lot, I don't know about a lot, but a really good response from driving videos. Maybe just like this beautiful scenery I have here in Western Washington. What's funny is the drive I usually take when I do these videos is the uglier of the two easiest routes to get home. This one is way prettier. There's some cool like rainforest moss covered trees coming up. I'll try to point them out when we get there. It's a little further if I'm going directly home, but today I'm going to get an allergy shot, which I get once a week. I've been doing that for over 3 years. I'm finally going to graduate to once every other week here in a couple months. So that's exciting, mostly because, you know, allergies aren't fun, and because I got to split from work in a heartbeat and drive, you know, maybe a little too fast down this windy road just to get to the appointment in time. But I'm happy to do it because the shots have really been helping me. I used to have a lot of days where I was miserable, and now they're few and far between. But that is not the point of this video, of this drive time. The point of this drive time is to talk about goals. And it's been several years since I've done a goal video. Mostly because I like to be flexible. But this year I have, at least to start out, some very specific things I want to accomplish. And I am being very literal and very strict on this, because there's just certain things I want to do first. And there's certain things that can always wait. You know, a 56 tops Hall of Famer, I'm always going to be able to get. Always. Prices might change, sure. But I'm always going to be able to get, you know, a Ted Williams 56 tops. Always. Not true of some other things. So, the early focus, as my camera tilts, no, I'm not driving on a hill. Early focus is on autographs, Hall of Fame autographs. Lots and lots and lots. So primarily my amount goal is I want to get to 115. And that'll put me pretty securely in the top 10 on Jake Legends Never Dies tracker. So to do that, I need 27 more. Now, I'm not just going to get any old 27 autographs. I want to make this a little bit challenging. So, on the tracker, if you've ever seen it, the scarcity, or how hard it is to get the autograph, it's tiered. So a really easy to get autograph, a Goose Gossage, is a 1. Okay? Someone that's a little more challenging, they don't sign as much, is a 2. And then it goes on up to, I think, 10 or 12, which is like essentially impossible, right? Joe Jackson or what have you. So what I want to do as a part of these 27, I want to make sure that I have a good reach and not just good depth, right? Oh, here we go with our moss-covered, our little rainforest here. Really cool, huh? You should see after a windstorm, they got to shut this road down and pick up all the branches off the road. So what I want is I want breadth and depth. So I am going to go with 1 4, 2 3s, 3 2s. Then the rest can be 1s. The rest can be your, oh, here it is, $10 at the National, because there's so many of these. And there's a lot of guys like that I could get. There's a lot of low-hanging fruit on that list. So I'm not worried about it. It's just a matter of time and prioritizing it. And so that's the first priority. The other part of that is certain players that I'm targeting first. After seeing what happened with rookie prices, I targeted or isolated 3 or 4 guys that I want to make sure I get first before, well, don't make me say it. You know what I mean. Before prices go too high and stay there, right? You get it, right? Okay, you got it. So they are the first 4, the top 4 priority: Bench, Fisk, Koufax, and Ryan, as in Nolan Ryan. Don't have those 4. Also, probably include George Brett in that class. I feel like he's a fan favorite kind of guy. People just love him. I feel like prices will go high and stay there. So there's 5. Okay. And I also want to replace my Carew. My Carew has faded. It's on a 76. And a PSA DNA. It's faded terribly. You can barely see it. So there's, and that one I could probably wait a little while on, but I actually want a pre-surgery Carew, and I have my eye on a couple. But those 5 I mentioned, including Brett, I am getting those before I get anything else. Any single $3 card, any single $2 card. Before I get the next 5 cards I'm getting are those players I mentioned. Now, 2 of them I can do TTM, so I count sending out the funds as getting them, and that way I'm free to actually do other things. But that's my Hall of Fame autographs checklist. Okay. Now, next, I would love to actually finish some sets, which is a crazy concept. I have 2 mainly that I've been working on for better than a decade. 76, I do need quite a few Hall of Famers. That might take me a while longer. I don't need gradable copies or whatever. 73, I'm actually very close. The only biggish card I need is the Ronsay rookie, which I probably will want. I'm being careful with my words here. Presentation copy, because I don't know how long I'm going to own this set, right? If I go to turn it over someday, I want to know that Ronsay and 2 other guys' rookie card is authentic, and I can turn it over into something else, retirement or a trip or whatever, along with the other cards. The rest are pretty much high number commons, and then there's like a Willie Mays and maybe one other Hall of Famer on there. So that one will be easier. 73. 76, or sorry, 64, sorry, I'll probably hunt and peck away at that, maybe at the National, as well as look for autographs. After that, I pick up the Glory of Their Times collection. Then I go back to adding vintage cards of Hall of Famers that are going to look good in my case. Not just rookie cards just because they're rookie cards. You know me. I don't want to turn this into a whole speech. But I think very much like John 3D 80s Kid when it comes to what I want to display. I want to look at something and say, that's a good looking card. I don't want to look at it and say, hey, here's 4 guys and one of them made something of himself at the major league level. That doesn't do much for me. But anyway, after the sets, like I said, back into vintage. Some collections I'm not really needing to add to right away. Probably the Washington State collection. I'm not going to do too much more with that. The knuckleball collection, I probably won't do too much more with that, unless they're just complimentary pieces. Always looking for fun Harvey Haddock stuff, but that's more, when it pops up on my radar. And really, that's it. And the goal is always to have fun, of course. And I think I'll be able to do that. I always have had fun. But I am laser focused on those autographs. The next 5 card reveals you see should be those guys I mentioned. Or at least I sent out their TTM. Am I missing anybody from that list, by the way? Comment below. So, living players whose prices will spike and not go back and not fully normalize. Here's a list. Bench, Fisk, Koufax, Ryan, and Brett. Am I missing anybody? Let me know below. As far as channel goals go, I don't have a subscriber goal because I can't control that. I don't have a view goal because I can't control that. I don't have an upload goal because I don't want to put pressure on myself. Interesting fact or thought. The other day when I made my 800th upload, I did a little math and figured out that is one every 2.6 days over the nearly 6 years. I was really blown away by that because I know there's been a couple times there's been a couple weeks between uploads, and I would have thought I maybe averaged one a week, but I was actually really impressed with that. But even still, I don't make how often I'm uploading a goal. The only thing I really want to focus on channel-wise is the quality of the content. I would love to start doing some series that are more kind of docu-series. I'm figuring out what that would look like, what my editing style would look like, without trying to overthink it, of course. But there's some great channels out there. I'm actually not going to name them because I'll leave one out. But some of my favorite channels, their videos are like mini documentaries, and you all have yours, I'm sure, your favorites. And not every new video needs to be like that. Of course, there's going to be a TTM here. There's going to be, mail days. There's going to be care packages, and those will be done just like they always are. But there's things in my collection I want to highlight I've never talked about. There's players I think are fascinating that I have information on. I think that you will like too. And I want to find a way to convey that information. Still doing a good job, of course. And so I'm getting a plan together for that. And even if I only, averaged one a month on the docu-series or the documentary style uploads, I think that would be good. Even if it was one every 2 months to start. That would be really good. One thing, I just happened to mention TTMs. Jumping back to the collecting portion of my thought here. Definitely doing more TTMs. I've already got a plan in place to be the ambassador of TTMs under the President Mangini regime. And to send out what I do is embarrassing, the amount I send out. So I need to step up my game big time on the TTMs. And not just because there's plenty of sets that I want to add to my total too, as well as the bigger names that I can get. Some of the Hall of Famers I mentioned earlier, I can get TTM, and I will get TTM. I think that's pretty much it. I will say maybe one more thing for the channel. I would love to do some more collaborations, be able to jump on some lives more often. I think my schedule is getting to where I'll be able to do that. So hopefully be looking for that, or even just creating my own live. There's nothing stopping me from doing it. And I look forward to that too. I'll be going to the National. If you need a roommate, let me know. I'm making my flight arrangements next week and buying my pass, but I'm waiting on the housing just because I hope to be able to figure something out with somebody. And now that I know the hotels are basically taken, I'm waiting. I'm hoping for a miracle Hail Mary kind of thing. So if that's you, let me know. A lot of you have my number. My email is in the description of every video. You know how to get a hold of me. I think we covered it. If I think of anything else, I'll pin it below. Additional thoughts. And yeah, let's just remember, we are here to have fun. This is a hobby. Do not take it too seriously. There are far, far, far too many collectors that were weaned on dill pickles. Do not be that guy. Walk around the show floor with a smile on your face and be thankful that your family lets you do that. Fire up your camera with a smile on your face. Be thankful you have a camera in your pocket. Respond to your friends' comments. Be thankful that they went out of their way to type words so that you could see them and read them and respond. They are saying they care about you when they do that. Let them know that you care about them too. And of course, make content. If you just watch, we need you making content. Yes, the community is huge, massive even, but we still need you. We still need your knowledge. Look at how many great rookies there were this year that hadn't made uploads before 2024. Great channels with collections that I couldn't dream of having. And I get to see these cards and learn about these people's lives. It's fantastic. Okay, that is my final thought. I am still not anywhere close to getting to my allergy shot, maybe 15 more minutes. And eventually there are other cars and stoplights and stuff. So until then, and until next time, and until my next video, which will be an autograph reveal, it needs to be, right? We don't count subscribers, we count friends.